Okay, this is part 2 of the Happy Thanksgiving vlog. Yeah, anyway, so my daughter, when I was pregnant with her, she awoke in me, like, just a love of cooking. And when I was pregnant with her, my sense of taste and my sense of smell were, like, really, really up there. Like, the highest that they had ever been in my whole life. You know, and I got inspired to make my own recipes. And you know, I've never really considered myself to be a good cook or a great cook. I just consider myself a decent cook that has a hell of an imagination. So I came up with this recipe for mashed potatoes that takes milk, real butter, freshly ground black pepper, and kosher sea salt. I got this weird idea to add in caramelized onions and garlic. Kids liked it. Katie's dad, because I was with him at the time, he loved it. It was a hit in the house. Now, some people don't like a whole lot of onions and garlic in their mashed potatoes. Me, I don't like a lot of lumps in my mashed potatoes. So I compensated for that by adding lumps of onions and garlic. So, I mean, I think I also put in parsley, like actual, like, fresh chopped parsley, and it was good. I made sweet potatoes. I baked them whole, and then I whipped them with butter, brown sugar, and cinnamon, and I put it into a casserole dish. And I didn't get the right marshmallows, because you're supposed to put mini marshmallows on top. It melts a little bit more evenly, stuff like that. I had gotten the inch by inch cube marshmallows that you use for, like, s'mores and stuff. And so when it came out of the oven, it looked like bathroom tile. It was really funny. Like, it literally was like square. All over it was. I was kind of, like, disappointed that it turned out so corny looking, but Nathaniel gobbled it up. Katie almost stuck her face in it. It was, you know, so I was like, okay, you know, because kids have the most discerning of palates. If they like your cooking, then you're fine. Until they get older and they're going to school and start learning how to be picky. I made homemade stuffing, where I'd gotten the bread cubes, and butter, chicken broth, salt, pepper. I think I added a little bit of parsley to that too. You know, it's all very simple. I used, like, the basic ingredients of salt, pepper, butter, broth, milk, garlic, you know, parsley. I made homemade cranberry sauce, which to this day I can't find anything that is this good. I used whole cranberries. I used the juice of one orange, and then enough water to make, I think, 2 cups or something like that. I put in actual orange peel. I was going to do orange zest, but then I was like, no, I'll just put the peels in there, and then when it's done cooking, I'll just pull them out. You know, because all I'm doing is just using the flavor. It had freshly minced ginger in it, cooked down until, and sugar got thrown in there because cranberries are they're naturally sour. And so I threw in some just plain white sugar, cooked it down until at least half or so of the berries have popped. That was best served cold, because it lets the flavors kind of, you know, get together and party and hang out and, you know, have a good old time. So by the time it's time to eat it, it's cooled off, and I think it's a palate cleanser, because it's the most contrasting dish, in my opinion. I was going to make garlicky carrots, but then I was like, you know what? Why have raw carrot sticks at the beginning of the meal as an appetizer and then have cooked carrots? You know, it just didn't jive with me, so I left those out. I was supposed to make turkey gravy, but ran out of time for that. And then I wanted to make crescent rolls, but we ran out of time for that too. Well, what's kind of weird is the only people that showed up with my son's father and my father. Nobody else showed up. We extended invitations to everyone. We had called up my father-in-law and his family. We had called up, you know, some of Katie's dad's friends. I think we even tried to invite the landlord. I mean, we were just like, hey, you know what? You know, if you've got time and you want to just stop over for some, you know, for some pumpkin pie or, you know, whatever, you know, come on down. And it never happened. Nobody showed up. Nobody even called to say, sorry, we're not going to make it. Everybody went, oh, okay, well, if we have time, we'll stop by. You know, nobody gave like a definite RSVP. And it kind of pissed me off. And not only that, but Katie's dad and I were starting to have difficulties. We were starting to fall apart and stuff like that, relationship-wise. So he criticized some of the dishes, and I don't know. There's a certain way to give somebody feedback about their cooking, and I'm one of those where if I'm at somebody's house and they offer me something, I'll try a little bit of it if it seems kind of strange, you know, unfamiliar. I'll try a little bit of it, but I'm not going to tell them what I think unless they ask me. And if it's somebody who I really care about, you know, I'm not going to sit there and go, oh, well, this is bland, this could use more of this, and and break it all down and be just like a food critic, because I'm not a food critic, I just like to eat, you know, and I'm a fan of Food Network. That does not make me a culinary expert. And, you know, I'd say, well, you know, what did you add to such and such, because that was really good, you know. And I'll find something, even if it's something small, like, you know, even if it's just, I don't know, I'll just find something, no matter how small or minute it is, and elaborate on that and go, that was good, you know. And then I'd be like, you know, and, you know, whatever I had tried, you know, I'll do that. But, Katie's dad, on the other hand, he came from the mindset of, you know, I'm brutally honest with my feedback if you ask me for feedback, and I'm going to tell you like it is, and I'm not going to mince words and da-da-da-da. And, you know, there's honesty, and then there's tact. And he doesn't have tact at all. He tells people exactly what he's thinking, and he doesn't care how people feel. And yeah, that's one of the main reasons why we just stopped getting along, because I was just like, you know, it's not that I'm asking people to lie to me, I just, when it comes to something that I created, I prefer a little bit of more of a gentle encouragement and feedback. It's just me. Part 3 coming right up.